I wanted to bring to you my favorite products for acne prone skin. If you guys don't know, I do have acneic, problematic skin, and I have a handful of products that I really like using to help combat issues and to also help remove pigmentation and anything like that. So if you'd like to see all of my Holy Grail products, please keep watching. So I believe I have some targeted videos about some of these products, but I'm just going to share with you guys from start to finish what are my favorite Holy Grail products for acneic skin. I do tend to break out. It's very sporadic. It doesn't matter when it is, what season, what I'm doing with my skin. I also do tend to scar very easily. Whether or not I pop a pimple or a breakout or anything like that, I will still get a scar. So I just have problematic skin, and so I try to do everything I can within my control to keep my skin at least looking smooth, so that when I am wearing makeup, you're not seeing a lot of texture, because that's a big problem for a lot of people who have oily skin or people who suffer with acne. They tend to have a lot of texture. Maybe they even have like pitted scars in their face. So I just try to do everything to ensure that my skin is nice and smooth, and so that when I wear makeup, people think that I just have great skin. So the first thing is going to be to really deep cleanse my skin, and two products that I really love using for that purpose are these. This is my Clarisonic Mia 2, which I don't use all the time, but it's really good to get a deep cleanse with any cleanser that you're using. So, you know, if you go out of town and you're wearing a lot of makeup, anything like that, I will use my Clarisonic because it really does get deep into your pores. And also my favorite cleanser, which is my Estee Lauder Perfectly Clean Cleanser. Now, I know you're probably thinking, like, why doesn't she use a cleanser with salicylic acid? I find that those types of cleansers are good for treating acne, but I don't really have breakouts every day or every week. And so when I'm not breaking out, I really don't want to be putting salicylic acid on my face because it is very strong for my skin. I tend to use more of a benzoyl peroxide, and that works best. But for me, it's more important to just have really clean pores, because if I'm getting my pores as clean as I can, I'm less likely to break out. So doing things also like not sleeping in makeup, things like that. So this duo is really important for me, and I don't use a specific cleanser when I am breaking out. I believe I used to do that, but that was just getting too costly to have so many cleansers and moisturizers. So that is just the cleanser I use all around the board. Now, my next step would be toning, and toning is really important for me because I like to use a toner with acids in them, whether it is an exfoliating cleanser with physical exfoliation or something like acids, which would be a chemical exfoliant. That is great for me because if I am having a breakout, like I felt a couple little breakouts right here when I was going to bed last night. If I wake up and exfoliate with like a harsh product, it's going to help to minimize that breakout and also any type of texture on my face. So my favorite toning product is my First Aid Beauty, the Facial Radiance pads. I love these. It's chemical and physical exfoliation. These work really well to also help brighten your skin. So a lot of people who tend to have problems with acne also deal with scarring. So these are going to be great. They will lighten your scarring over time. It's nothing that's going to be super noticeable, but anytime you are getting off the dead layers of skin, you are making room for new skin cells to form, and so that pigmentation can slowly come to the surface. So I love these. This is hands down my favorite. I also like it before applying makeup because it gives me a smooth canvas. So a lot of times people would look at me and say, you don't struggle with acne, your skin looks great, because I focus so much on removing any texture. That's a big thing. I feel like if you're not gonna have super clear skin, at least don't have any texture. So that is one product I love. And when I'm not using that, I alternate between these other two toners. This is the Ordinaries Glycolic Acid Solution, which I really like because glycolic acid helps to strip your face and kind of acts as a chemical exfoliant. So this does help as well. I also like that this is very cost effective, so that's always nice, and you do get a fair amount for your money. The next toner that I've been using, which I included in here because I still do use it, I don't know if it is that effective at reducing dark spots, but in theory it should be. I haven't used it that long to see, but it has the same properties as my other toning solutions. This is the Ole Henriksen Dark Spot Glow Toner, whatever it's called. This is supposed to be really good for dark spots. I have been using it pretty much every day with exception of going on vacation on my face. I can't really say if it works as well as something like this or even the First Aid Beauty pads, but technically it should be because it has the same properties. This also smells really nice, so I do like using it. But I just think toners are great for someone like me because I need my face to stay balanced. I need my chemical exfoliants. That just all helps to keep my skin looking nice. Okay, and after that I will go on to my serum. Now I do have a couple of serums that I use that help target, I guess, other issues that deal with acne. So this would be one of them. This is my Star Skincare Vitamin C and Hyaluronic Acid serum, but the reason why I included it is because it has vitamin C, and I think that vitamin C is a really important ingredient you're going to want to add to your skincare routine if you are suffering from any acne or any scarring or hyperpigmentation, because vitamin C helps to naturally and slowly lighten and brighten your skin. It's nothing like a bleach, it's nothing like a skin lightener. It's more of like a natural property that helps to brighten the overall tone of your skin. So I do use this daily, every morning, and I love this so much. Since we're talking about serums, my next serum that I love because it helps to combat my scarring is my Peter Thomas Roth Retinol Fusion PM. Now, this is not specifically targeted towards breaking out in acne, but it does help me with my scarring because, like I said, every time I get a breakout, a blemish, anything, I will scar even if I don't do anything to it in terms of popping it. So retinol basically speeds up your skin's cell turnover rate. So if you really want to get rid of any type of pigmentation, acne, scarring, you're going to want to use a retinol because that is going to speed up your skin cell cycle so that you can produce new, brighter skin cells, and so that pigmentation can be lifted towards the surface of your skin. So that's really important for me. Next, a sunscreen is very important. Like I said, this isn't really anything to help with acne, but something that I deal with because of acne is scarring. And none of these other products are going to be effective if you're not using a sunscreen. And I'm going to be honest, I was not using a sunscreen regularly until maybe a month and a half ago when my friend was like, just use a sunscreen. And I was like, you know what? I have one. I should be using it. So this is my Neutrogena Clear Face Breakout Free Liquid Lotion Sunscreen. I like this because it is formulated for people who tend to have breakouts. That is important because a lot of the sunscreens I've tried, drugstore, high-end, they feel really oily and greasy, and I just feel like for someone that is acneic like myself, that will just cause me to break out even more. So I do love this formula. It does not break me out. It is extremely lightweight. It doesn't leave me looking like a ghost, and I put this on every morning, especially if I know I'm going to be out in the sun, and if I'm not wearing makeup, I will reapply it. But this is really, really important because if you're doing everything to lighten your skin, if you're using acids on your face and you go outside, the sun is just destroying all that good work that you put in, and then you might as well not even do any of these things. Now I want to talk about some masks. There's one mask that I've really been loving. This is the Origins Out of Trouble 10-minute mask to rescue problem skin. It's basically a sulfur mask. Now sulfur is something that a lot of people have an allergic reaction to. Some people are sensitive to sulfur. I am not one of them, but this is something that I used to use, not the specific products, but I used to use a sulfur wash when I was seeing a dermatologist. And sulfur is really great at drying out blemishes. Now, that is the reason why I would not use an acne product every day, because a sulfur wash every day is really going to dry your skin out. And I don't want to look dry, I want to look glowy. But using it as a targeted mask is fine. So if I feel like my skin is very problematic one week, if I feel some bumps coming in, I will do this nightly until their size is dramatically reduced. This really does work and I love it. The next mask that I love is the Boscia Charcoal Pore Pudding. Now, charcoal is an ingredient that kind of acts as a magnet with respect to acne at pulling impurities up to the surface, but I find that charcoal by itself is very, very drying. I used to use an Origins charcoal mask by itself and it just made me feel like my face was gonna crack. Like I said, I really don't like my face to feel dry. So when this product came out, I knew I had to get it. It's nothing new, but it has more of a mix between charcoal and moisturizing properties. So I still use it as a spot treatment, putting it only where I need it, but it's not gonna dry you out to where you feel like your face is gonna crack off, but it's also going to help reduce the size of blemishes and to kind of calm your skin. So I do like this as well. I would say though that the sulfur one is a little more fast acting, but if you really don't wanna dry out your skin at all, like maybe you have an important event to attend, I would use this because this might be a little too harsh and drying. Okay, and my last product is going to be probably one of the most important things in this whole entire video, and it is my acne spot treatment. This is the Target brand Up and Up maximum strength 10% benzoyl peroxide gel comparing to Clean and Clear Persa-Gel 10. I love this. I probably go through one about every 2 or 3 months. Whenever I feel a blemish coming on, I put this on my blemish at night, and when I wake up, the size is reduced. If there's any tenderness, that's reduced. I think sometimes I tend to get cystic acne, which can hurt. This just helps so much, but like I said, I tend to prefer a benzoyl peroxide acne treatment over a salicylic acid. I find that this is a little more calming, and the peroxide in it helps to act as a lightener because it has peroxide. So that's the reason why I don't use salicylic acid. I think it's all about finding whichever ingredient works best for you. Salicylic acid tends to burn. So if you do break a pimple and you have to apply something on it because you want to get it flat, I've had to do that sometimes. You have somewhere to be, you just want to look nice and smooth, that is going to burn and this will not. So I really just like benzoyl peroxide. So you guys, those are all the products I have to share with you that are my holy grail products for acne skin and oily skin. If you guys have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them down below. If you guys have any tips for me, feel free to share them, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.